Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, which is happiness. See, eventually we all are seeking happiness at some point or other, isn't it? And most of people who are saying that I'm trying to go deeper into life is actually looking for happiness. Well, whether you admit it or you do not admit it, whatever you are doing in life is only and only in the pursuit of happiness. Otherwise, there would have been no incentive to live in this world, isn't it? But today I'm going to talk about an amazing way of what we call as happiness as per what has been explained in the Bhagavad Gita by Lord Shri Krishna. A lot of times people believe that Bhagavad Gita is just, people just talk about karam karo, phal ki pratiksha mat karo. Yes, that's a very important part of Gita, but that's not everything, because Gita is much beyond that. And I feel if you practically apply Srimad Bhagavad Gita to your life, there is so much amazing things you can learn. And in these Bhagavad Gita series, we are trying to make it really simple for all our audience in a very, very contemporary way. And if you're watching this video and if you really like what we have been discussing in this series, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to our channel, because in this upcoming series, we are going to talk a lot about what are some of the principles of Bhagavad Gita which can be applied to the 21st century. So, coming back to today's topic, which is happiness, let us talk a little more about happiness and what does the Bhagavad Gita talk about happiness. So, the Lord Shri Krishna spoke about happiness in such a manner that he says the ultimate motive behind people's action is only the search of happiness. The incentive to live, the incentive to take an action is only for happiness. Everyone desires to be happy, isn't it? And all the actions we take are made in such a manner that we feel that sense of happiness within ourselves. But each one's action is different, and each one's thought, emotion behind that action is different too. So, Shri Krishna says there are three categories of happiness. Sukham tvidanim trividam, shrudu me bharatarishabha, abhyasat ramate yatra, dukkhantam cha nigacchati. Now, this particular shloka says that there are three types of happiness. Let us look into each of the three types of happiness. So, the first category is that happiness which seems like a punishment first or a poison first, but tastes like nectar in the end. And it is said to be the happiness in the mode of goodness. Now, this kind of happiness is purely on the basis of self knowledge and goes from the point of goodness, which is called as sattva. And hence, this happiness is called sattvic. The second one is called as the rajasic happiness, which I call as a temporary pleasure. It gives that momentary pleasure, but in the long run, it doesn't give you the joy. A lot of rajasic happiness depends on materialism, on achieving material results, achieving something, becoming something, proving yourself to someone. All that is what I call as rajasic happiness. And Lord Krishna says that in the mode of passion, happiness in the mode of passion, when it is derived from the contact of senses with its objects, and such happiness tastes like nectar in the beginning, but towards the end it becomes like a poison. There is a third category now. The third category is what I call as the high, which you get when you probably have that alcohol and you feel that, oh, I feel so good. And you feel that the only way to be happy is drinking or smoking that pack of cigarette or eating junk food or just binge watching something which is totally irrelevant, being addicted to drama, whether it is on television or whether it is in real life. That is exactly what we call as tamasic happiness. Now, I won't really call it happiness because it destroys you. So there are three categories. The first one is sattvic happiness. So the shloka says in this manner, Yattadagre vishamiva pariname mritopamam tatsukham satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. Which is what about sattvic happiness, which says that in the beginning it appears to be it, the poison actually means you might have to have some kind of self discipline. Probably if you're beginning on a fitness journey, you have to make sure you exercise regularly, you eat well, and after a few months of doing that, your body transforms. This is exactly what I call as sattvic happiness, or you sacrificing something which is not as important for you in the pursuit of something which really matters to you. So people who have really achieved good things in life, who are living a good life, say that when they say they sacrifice, they are talking about self-discipline. Now, self-discipline is not, discipline word may sound very bad to some people because we always see a teacher standing with a foot rule and telling you to discipline. No, that's not what we are talking about. We are talking about giving priority to doing things you love, doing priority to doing the things that are important to you, and in order to reach that place, you sacrificing something else which is not as important but which you believe is important, right? So that's why we are using the words that which seems at poisons at first, because you are letting go. If there is a hobby which you really love to do, you have to take time out of it. If you are chasing your dream career, if you really want to do something, you are taking time out daily, you are sacrificing on sleep, you are sacrificing on watching some nonsense entertainment because you are focused on what you really like to do. So that might seem like poison first, but later you come to know that it has actually benefited you. Daily 1 hour of exercise, daily healthy eating over a period of time benefits both your body, mind, soul. Daily an hour of meditation or reading a book, all these things over a long time really benefit you. And that is what exactly gives you what we call as the sattvic happiness. Let us go to the second one, which is rajasic happiness. So here the shloka goes as follows. यत्तदग्रे विषमिव परिणामे मृतोपमं तत्सुखम सात्विकम प्रोक्तम आत्मबुद्धि prasadajam. Now this is what we spoke about the sattvic happiness. Now let us speak about the rajasic happiness. विषयेन्द्रिय संयोगात तत्तदग्रे मृतोपमं परिणामे विषमिव तत्सुखम rajasam. So something which appears like amrita in the beginning but ends up like a wish. It's something, wish is poison and amrita is the nectar. And the result is not that good because it gives you some kind of happiness for a very temporary time. So this is what I call as pleasure. And I always tell people, if you are willing to sacrifice pleasure for joy, know the difference between the two. So this is exactly the difference between two. When you look at joy, which is the sattvic, which is the ultimate state of bliss, and pleasure, which temporarily gives you a high. So probably you got that latest car over a loan. You really felt a state of high when you achieved it, but over a period of time, you realize that probably that was not what you needed, and you took a loan, which means you paid more money. You took that car on a loan, and which is also a depreciable asset. Over a period of time, the value of car reduced, and you felt, why did I do that? Or there are things, any things which are of material nature fall in this category. Now, the third category, which is what I call as tamasic, which Lord Krishna calls as the tamasic happiness, the shloka goes as follows. Yadagre chanubande cha sukham mohamam natmana nidralasya pramaduttam tat sukham tamasam smritam. Tamasic sukh is based in foolishness, in ignorance, in lazing around. If you say that I like to sleep and I sleep for the first half of the day, when you are on a, when you, every day, if you imagine you spend first half of your day sleeping till noon, you miss out on major things what you could be doing in the day. This is exactly what tamasic happiness does because it is born out of laziness. It is born out of ignorance. If you continue spending your valuable years of life binge watching something on television which has no value to you, it's absolutely going to be tamasic happiness. It might give you that little high, but in the long run, it's going to destroy you. And a lot of times when we believe in the culture of, we only believe that having fun means going out, drinking, smoking, binge eating horrible foods which are bad for our body, not exercising, sitting on the couch whole day, binge watching nonsense entertainment, or just sleeping whole day, all that. What in 21st century people consider to be that, oh, we are having a cool life. It is exactly what tamasic happiness is. And guess what? In the long run, it will have terrible effects on your physical, mental, all your health. And then you will say that, oh, disease happens because of age. No, it's not happening because of age. It is happening because you refuse to take care of your body. You refuse to take care of your mind. You are feeding it with tamasic highs or pleasures. And that's the reason everything goes for a toss. These three categories of happiness can be applied to all areas of your life, including relationships, including careers, including everything. So, in a relationship, for example, the right swiping or left swiping culture, or the one night stands, typically form in the tamasic category, where you believe that this is what relationships look like, and random hookups and breakups and all that form in the tamasic category, which means they might give you a high for a moment, but they will destroy you over a period of time. The Rajasic relationships are based on some kind of interest, which means you have money, okay. If someone has money, that person will give me a better life. And you don't even see if that person is compatible with you. Or sometimes you believe just because the society wants to see you settled or married, you get into relationships which are not soul fulfilling, which are not compatible. But the sattvic relationships are those where you are connected emotionally to each other, you support each other, you empower each other, you respect and love each other. And if you saw our video on 5 elements of intimacy, you are there for each other at all 5 levels. That is what we call as sattvic relationships. Now, when it comes to careers, or what I call as what you do for a living, something which is your ikigai, or something which gives you joy, which you are good at, which helps people, which serves everyone, and also which you are good at, and which has something which really makes you feel that state of bliss. It might involve a bit of what we call as some kind of self discipline in the beginning, but that gives you so much fulfillment, so much bliss that you really look forward. You jump out of your bed every day to go to work. That is exactly what we call as a sattvic career or a sattvic life purpose. When it comes to Rajasic, now this is that high paying job which gives you so much money, which makes you an workaholic. You really don't enjoy that. You're only there because you like the money, and because you get to take that vacation for 10 days only once a year. And otherwise, you hate that job, you hate everything about it, but it gives you that little joy, which is probably you feel that's worth it. That's exactly what a Rajasic career, a purpose is. And finally, coming to a tamasic career, I would say that when you steal, when you cheat, when you snatch things out of your competitors, when you involve cutthroat competition, when you resort to all unfair means to get a promotion or to make your business better from competitors, and when you are, playing ultimate dirty politics, it might give you that little high, but it's going to destroy you in the long run. There is so much which I could talk about this, but these three shlokas have been so important in knowing what happiness truly is. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something from it. In case you're looking for reference, I'm quoting 18th Adhyay, 18th chapter, and the verse numbers are 36, 37, 38, and 39. There is so much to discuss about Rajatama Sattva, but I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Bhagavad Gita in the 21st century. Please do tell me how did you like this video. I look forward to hear from you. If you like this video, do click a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more. We are coming up with many more videos in the upcoming few days. Thank you very much. And well, if you're following us on social media, on Facebook, we are as Ashwini Chubey Official and Unicorn underscore Insight. And on Instagram, we are Unicorn underscore Insight. And of course, if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, here we are. To know more about our work, log on to www.unicorninsight.com. This is Ashwini Chube. Warm greetings, lots of love. Namaste.